Welcome back to the Cosmic Library, and MC Escher and Susie in space. That is warm and cozy and safe and dry and very nice to be in right now. Yeah, I like it here. I, of course, am Goonlian, your host and Galaxy Man for today, as we once again review the long-lost star logs of 1 DFS Faustina. In this, another episode of the Cosmic Library presents Deep Space. And I do believe, once again, we have another space log. We have a security log from acting security head Sophia Nam.
Stardate 43-13.9. Acting head of security Chief Renown. Our ship went down and we crash landed on an oceanic planet that seems to have the most hostile life forms we have yet to encounter. These monstrosities from the depths certainly have our team off kilter. Dr. Crane and pilot... I'm about to butcher Moss's character's last name. Rinkus? Rinkus. We're severely injured in our latest encounter with the local flora and fauna. All hands that are currently found are being notified to not touch the Shiny Gems planet side, but I fear more of our crew will have fallen victim to the parasites while out of contact with the ship. Medical personnel have been informed of the need to take this seriously and make the medbay available for emergency surgeries if necessary. I was able to discern some of the local mythos and believe the parasitic gems are a holdover weapon from an ancient war that allowed one side to infiltrate the other. Given the sympathetic vibrations present in the area we found, I believe they were unable to infiltrate the other group via the psychic perversion without a physical conduit for the energy to retain its wavelength. I'm unsure if the mastermind of the original plan still exists, or if they have long since perished in the civilization we stumbled across. However, it is very clear that their impact still has a foothold on the environment in this region. As such, we must proceed with caution as we search for our missing crew members. Acting Security Head Chief Renam, signing out.
We watch a holo display of Chief Renan disappear into the table, and sitting on the far end of the holo display is the acting head of medicine, but also ship psychiatrist, I saw the just therapist, acting therapist.
Counselor?
Counselor, that's the word.
Counselor?
Fishing for the word I was. Dr. Lily Silvertongue. And staring into now the vacant space between Dr. Silvertongue and herself is security officer Nam. Do you have any questions for yourself?
Hey, Soph. How you feeling about things? Well, it's fucked up. Yep. All right. Good job, Soph.
All right. Is that literally all your two characters have to say to each other?
Honestly, they wouldn't have much to say other than, like, Shifra would, like, mostly be shooting the shit with her.
Mm-hmm. It has been a day, on the DFS Faustina, as the ship earlier that day, probably about 0.8, arrived and rendezvoused with the crack crew, along with the rescue party that was sent out to pick up the crack crew. And they have been circling this fallen city for quite for the past hour or so. Is there any of you who are still down either in the the Parthenon or in the surrounding city with that new orb you guys picked up, doing research while the captain gathers his thoughts?
I feel like Lily probably is, since their background is an archaeologist.
Gotcha. So you
Excuse me, it's anthropologist.
Apologies. You wrap up with Nam, and then stop by Dr. Crane's office, who seems to be busy sleeping. And then you hop into the teleporter. This music is way too intense. You hop into the teleporter and get beamed down back to the Parthenon. There you find Trish McKinley, slightly raising bubbles. There are bubbles slightly raising off of her skin because she is a fire genasi, and so she runs hot. She too has the gravidos like you have on, and the mask that you have on. And she has more or less been surveying the outside damage. She's been holding the orb. And you catch her looking up at the outside pane of the Faustina, where the paint on the DFS Faustina, the headboard, has kind of scraped and scratched away some of the letters. And so you can see her kind of formulating a plan as you approach.
Wait, say that again? I'm trying to figure out something with my character sheet, because it fucked up.
Gotcha. You finished up with Nam. You got beamed back down to the surface, and you find Trish McKinley looking at the paint on the ship. It's scratched, and she's kind of formulating a plan. Milo is not outside. He is in the ship. He's been relegated to working on the one of the tractor beams, and so has Griffin. They're both set to work on the tractor beams because they're a particular favorite of the ship's gadgetry of the captain's, and so he really wants those fixed as soon as possible. So it's just you and Trish McKinley out on the seafloor, unless one of Moss's characters is also out there.
Well, Mira was very interested in the tentacle creatures.
Cool.
I don't know if we gave them a name.
I've been calling them displacer sharks, but
Displacer sharks, okay.
if you want to call them by any other more scientific name.
It's short, to the point, very descriptive. Displacer sharks.
Displacer sharks. I feel like
What?
I feel like no beard, metal beard every time I say displacer sharks.
Ta-da!
But yeah. Go ahead and give me a nature check.
Okay.
To see what you can learn about the displacer sharks just from this clearly a frequent hunting ground for that species.
16.
On a 16, you know that one of the natural laws of organic beings is that large swaths of biodiversity tend to only have enough food species to support a small number of apex predators, and so you assume that those were the two displacer sharks for this area. If you were to travel a couple of clicks down the ridge, you may be able to discover signs of maybe another bonded pair or even a small family. Where the one displacer shark that survived the encounter might have gone, you are unaware of, but you do have all of the bones from the previous displacer shark, which, as on a 16, I'll tell you that there is already a number of sea slugs and large build, like almost like they're like parrotfish that are here just munching on those bones, either with hard beaks or with corrosive chemicals, already trying to turn those bones into sand. You can see that these creatures also make a special effort not to touch the shining stones of purple that studded the outside of the displacer shark's body.
Yeah, I definitely want to collect a few small samples to take back to the ship.
Cool. Yeah, I'll let you take the big one that was on that displacer shark's face and a series of smaller ones that were studying the body. It's a great big rock, and you tag it and bag it.
Okay.
Easy peasy. So let me talk about a couple of things that you guys can do during this first hour or so while we're vibing here in this space. We do have a series of things that are up with the ship, represented by their dice. I have Griffin and Milo working on the tractor beams. So at the end of an hour, I'll roll for their progress, and we'll see what is up with their tinkering, and we'll get something on that. Where is both tractor failure? Okay, all right. So right now the tractors have a 2-star failure rating, which we need to get them to at least 1 star in order to be able to use them as weapons. So we'll figure that out in a bit. Anyone who is going to want to work on the speed of the ship definitely needs to spend time, if they have the training, to try to work on any of the main engines. Those are the main speed engines, and then time spent on that will allow us to promote any one of definitely the speed stat die here on the ship's stat sheet. To work on the pilot die, we'll have to work on the dexterity engines. We'll have to look at the hull of the ship, and definitely take a look at the shield hub located right behind the bridge there. And weapons, there was some damage dealt. Actually, no, D10 is so neither of the weapons. None of the weapons took any major damage. So the D10 on the weapons is the max. Yeah. But we could always upgrade if we wanted to. It just takes actions, and sometimes it's best to focus on us getting things back to operational before we start improving other things.
Yeah, so, Avery should work on getting the ship up to speed, I guess.
Yeah, Avery, can you go ahead and put Avery on main engine 3, so we can go ahead and...
Isn't Avery currently missing a hand?
They are.
Or is that the other one? Okay.
Avery is the one currently missing a hand. Dr. Crane, I
still
assume,
has
is
his left
asleep.
hand.
Dr. Crane is at 2 levels of exhaustion. So
Yeah.
if he's given the opportunity to rest, he's going to take it.
Yeah. I just put you in the teleporter bay office, one of those 2 offices there, just asleep in your chair.
Just passed out.
Passed out. Trish is off looking at the paint. And Dr. Lily and Mira are also outside doing different stuff. Lily, was there any particular area that you wanted to look at pertaining to the study of the surrounding city?
I think... Describe the surrounding area for me real quick.
All right, so the DFS Faustina is hovering above a sprawling metropolis. The main streets conform not to any linear pattern, but rather the main current that once passed through here, but now has mainly been diverted down the crevasse, which was created by a large geological event a long time ago. We seem to be at the center of the city here with this major religious temple, which has slid down. So here's the valley. The major geological event has caused the crevasse to open, and it kind of slid down like this. And so you guys are down here. Or a lot of the city is also up here, but there's also more. You're just in a lower shelf created by the plains splitting apart and the temple sliding down.
Okay. Hi, would you like to lay down, Esri? Please? Chonk. Hi. Okay. So I think Lily is going to kind of try to stay within a safe distance, obviously. But get a better look at, the remains of the actual, houses in the area.
Yeah. There's a couple of houses here, a whole city block got swept down here in the geological event. There's half a house just kind of slid right down the side, and so that's in ruins. But there's a solid neighborhood here. Go ahead and give me what would be a good anthropology check here? Give me an investigation.
Okay.
Yeah. What is the captain doing?
It's pretty. Those are some pretty ruins.
Oh, you didn't get Jack.
That's a 4.
That's a 4.
Plus 2, so 6.
All right, what is the captain doing?
What is... I just want to catch up with what's currently happening, because the last time that I left off, we were in the middle of a crab fight.
Oh, okay, I'll give you a flashback. The crab, you guys... It was the strangest thing. You were fighting the crab, and you were trying to get away, and the crab was chasing you and fighting its hardest, but approached from the depths beyond was the mighty two-headed shark lord, a mammoth megalodon. In one of its mouths could the Faustina easily fit and be rendered into a mash of metal and pulse fluid and nasty blood and viscera from the people, the 2-3 people known to be inside. And simply, the crab lord found that there was a bigger fish to fry, and you were able to make your escape from that situation, as the shark lord and the enormous stone crab titan began to fight instead. It was admittedly a short fight, but the immediate radar is not picking up the shark lord or the crab titan approaching you. So, small bit of respite. Okay.
The first thing that comes to mind is checking the pings that we had with the... I think we used sonar to ping where everyone's badges were.
Right.
Like the other people who are still outside of the ship.
Long distance communicate, yeah.
Yep, and confirming whether or not any of them have gone missing after that event. So he's checking the number of pings before and after, and sending out another burst to make sure that he doesn't have to continue to search for other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are still a number of missing crewmates. The next closest one will take about an hour and a half from your current position to travel at the maximum safe warp that the ship is able to pull off at its current dive. So
is there any less available pings that came up after the event of this giant tomb?
No, you seem to have gotten everyone who was in the immediate vicinity of
Good. First and foremost,
that crab area.
We don't have to go back there, and no one was lost during the event. Those are like priority 1 and 2. There's no reason to return to the immediate vicinity where there was a shark god attacking us. Number 2 is trying to figure out, is there any other way other than transporting the whole Faustina to the next closest recovered person? Do we have available like shuttles or escape pods that we can commandeer and turn into rescue pods?
You have one shuttlecraft, which was returned to the shuttle bay upon the Faustina's rendezvous here in the sunken city of... I forgot the name. Where's the Shark Lord's notes?
Thessalia. No, that's the cultists.
No, the Thessalia is the name of the city founded by the cultists.
I have a question.
What's up?
Because, like I said, I was trying to fix my character sheet. I didn't realize I hadn't picked my spells. Would using a health kit be considered a simple task to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we're adding unseen servant.
Oh, fun. I see what you've done there. I see what you did there. Okay.
I created a buddy to send out as a medic.
Unseen servant is just a hologram with no skin on.
Oh God. It's just muscles?
No, I meant digital skin. It's just a roaming hitbox.
Have you played Rez before?
Can't say that I have.
Okay. It is a PS2 era game, but it's since got a remaster. It has this digital mesh skin idea. So let me see if gifts. Rez.
R-E-Z.
Yeah, R-E-Z. It's got a great OST, by the way. Just
cool.
By the by.
Looks like it's got a banger EDM soundtrack just based on the images I've looked at.
It does. But yeah, the mesh skin, just the unseen servant. Anyways, continue.
You said that you rolled a 4, right, on your investigation into the nearby houses around the Shark Lord Temple? Lisa? You rolled a 4, right?
I rolled a 6. I rolled a 6 in total.
On a 6, I'll give you that there seems to be not a single house near this near that is located near the Parthenon here that doesn't still have either the crumbled remains of or a completely intact stone figurine of a manta ray. On a 6, anyone can see that. Anyone can put that together. There's one of these in every house.
I don't think insight would be the correct thing here, but I want to find out more about the manta.
Okay. I mean, what are you doing physically to
I guess can I do a religion check on it? Because it seems religiously significant.
Sure.
Can you tell Mira about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are also out there.
Yeah. Oh, this is exactly what I was looking for. How'd you find it?
It's in the house.
There's one in every home.
It's right.
There's one
Why it was
house.
right here in my hand the whole time.
Okay.
Now, honey.
Well, I just got here.
It's okay. No, you're totally fine, hon. Now, look. There's. It looks like there's one in every house here, so maybe we can
Moss,
figure out something through the context clues of all the different houses.
Moss, are you gonna make a roll about this?
Yes,
All right.
obviously.
Go ahead and make a roll about this. What are you rolling?
What would I roll? Could roll history?
I think the religion might be a better idea.
I think
Okay.
religion is the best.
You could.
I
Who's got the
Or
highest religion
investigation,
score?
because
I've
history,
got +3.
history specifically is like, what do I know based off of what I already know? And we almost know nothing about this planet.
I was going to say you could try to wake up Dr. Crane. He has a +4 to religion, and also was the one who touched the orb that had the manta ray in the Parthenon. But he's also asleep from 2 levels of exhaustion.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Lily would definitely not wake you the fuck up as the head head medical officer at the moment.
Just giving options. He is the local smart man at the moment. But he is indisposed.
Just a bit.
He's given a honk schnoo at the moment. Schnoo. Sleeping like a little baby.
Man be schnooing.
He's a bit of a me-me-meer.
So what you roll? What did you roll, Moss?
Nothing yet.
Right.
That's a 4.
That's a 4. Oh, what stat specifically did you use?
You said religion, so I rolled religion, so
And
it's
you got
only
a 4.
+1. Yeah.
This is it's a ray.
Yeah.
And
The
there's
anthropologist would like to learn more.
The only thing I know is that I need it.
It's adorable. I must have it for my desk.
There's a great paperweight.
No, like,
I was
I
just
was
gonna say
told
that.
to find her. I need to
brain's
find
off.
her. How do I find her?
What an adorable paperweight.
All right, you
Hold
guys.
on, all my data pads.
You
Yeah,
guys.
the anthropologist would like to do a little bit more detail.
Sure. What do you want to roll for it?
Religion, and I rolled an 18 plus 3, so 21.
Okay. Yeah. Inscribed in gold in the same symbols that you've started to put together from what the security officer has clued you in on. Just comparing notes. This is a tiny stone figurine, and the inscription says, "May the ray protect you." And it seems to be warm to the touch. In fact, the floors of these buildings, I'll give you this. There's something that you noticed because you noticed it about the stone ray figurine, is that the floors of these buildings are also warm to the touch. So yeah. This is a little trinket that's not only symbolizing protection, but also warmth in a strange way.
That's adorable, but also now I'm thinking of magical heating and air units.
A little bit. A little bit. Knowing what you know now, what do you guys want to do? There's a lot of sandbox going on.
Can I do one more thing with the sonar ping?
Sure.
Can I map the local area?
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. You get a holographic display of the city. You can see precisely the extent the damage was done to the infrastructure. You can see on the outskirts to the global south. To the south of you. Of you, there seems to be slightly younger looking ruins. But the majority of the ruins here on this city they look really rough, really out of shape. But to the south of the city, there seems to have been more development, a little bit newer buildings.
Okay.
With that sonar ping, did we see any of our crew?
No. The closest pod is an hour and a half a ride to the north.
At like max speed with the Faustina, not the shuttlecraft.
Yeah.
So my question for you is twofold, I guess. It's the same question, but in both regions. Is there anything that seems like it would be a point of interest other than like standard housing for either of those areas that came up on the map? So like in this area that we're in at, we know about the Parthenon. Is there any other like points of interest in this area? And to that area down to the south, is there something that we should be looking into?
There is a large donut-shaped building that rises above the skyline. Not donut-shaped as in you could fly the Faustina through it, but donut-shaped as in you could land the Faustina inside it. It appears to be a coliseum.
Okay. I'm taking notes with my like navigation stuff of like when we have the availability of sending people down places to check out. Coliseum is getting notated. I don't know if it's worth our time to have the captain off the ship to go take a look, or if I should be sending somebody out to take a look.
There is a little bit more time before I'm going to go ahead and make those repair checks on the tractor beams. I'm going to say at this point, Trish has left the orb with Dr. Lily and has beamed back into the Faustina to continue working on the third main engine. So at the end of our segment here, I can roll and see if I can't upgrade your speed die again. I will say you guys can get probably 2 more actions off, like exploratory actions before that happens.
Okay, so I can send somebody available down. I mean, I don't know who's available.
The available personnel are Dr. Lily. Hold on, let me look back at the conspiracy board. The available personnel are...
I could also pull a Kirk and go off the ship.
You could do that. Dr. Lily is available. Shifra is available. Trish is working. Technically... Mira is available, and Avery is available. Milo and Griffin, you have set to work on the tractor beams, and again, right. Trish is also busy. You actually haven't seen Grix since the last time you encountered him.
Was he the one that I knocked out?
And stuffed in the bathroom, yes.
Stuffed in the bathroom?
Yes.
I'm under the impression that somebody took him to a medical bay. We'll check in on that later.
You can have that impression.
I think Captain Phillips needs to stretch his legs. He needs to get off the ship and breathe.
Okay. Dr. Lily and Mira, you see Captain Iron Phillips, sans breathing mask but complete with gravidos, beam down off the ship.
Captain, how you feeling?
I need some air.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. That would be mean.
Statement
and I'm your counselor.
That was... We may be underwater, but the air was still.
It'd be... improper of me to advise that I am what I am doing, or not advising what I'm doing, especially in a time of crisis. While we have the repairs underway, and we're still looking to try to obtain recover other marooned personnel, there is a Coliseum type location that appears. I'm going to do a little investigation. I need to stretch my legs. God damn it!
Do you want to be
Ratsky has
alone,
to come
or
with you?
can I come with you?
He stops for a beat and he's just, I don't care.
And we wipe. Dun, da, 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 da. We see the three of you climb over the cliffside and walk down the cobbled streets of this city. The street signs are in the shapes of either the wide open grins of sharks or the shark's whole length. This place loves sharks. Just heads up. We can see a bazaar with algae that has grown in between the poles and the ropes made of seagrasses, like spider webs, but a sickly, putrid green that now cling to the overhangs. Their long, wispy branches of algae pass easily through the current as you make it your way to this enormous stadium made of stones.
Place is a little bizarre, huh, Doc? It's a joke. Lighten up, Doc.
I didn't even get a chance to respond yet!
Come on, we're wasting daylight.
Okay.
Why are you taking everything so seriously? Come on, let's keep moving.
I'm going.
At the apex of
I got little legs, damn it!
At the apex of each arched doorway into this Coliseum, there is the open maw of a shark that greets you. And as you enter, you see that a lot of the pathways in and around this large stone statue is actually great places for coral lake species to cling. We see barnacles of enormous size with maws that opened up into long arms with multi grippy little hands that just seem to snap at little particulates in the water. As you make your way through, you enter what seems to be a large hall with the remains of rocks and mainly tables, rows upon rows of crumbled tables that have been worn down over time and floating, almost stuck to, and almost some of them like half completely soaked in. What you're seeing is the debris of a large amount of casks. Cask-like containers made from what appeared to be like a more hardy and sturdy kind of I just said the word not 2 seconds ago.
Kelp?
Kelp, not kelp.
Algae?
Seaweed, algae, moss?
Coral.
Yeah. There we go.
We'll
Cask
get
made
there
of coral.
eventually.
I
It's
need
like-
more of this.
Chug.
Chug.
Okay. All right. Casks
Ooh, good
made
one.
Thank you. Casks made of coral.
6 out of 10.
Some
Above average.
don't rate my burps. It's casks made of
Like,
coral. That have either partially decomposed, partially petrified, and some of them that straight up continued to live. the small remnants of life that were within the coral itself, giving a big middle finger to death itself and start to sprout again within these halls. As you continue through, you see what appear to be some kind of hall segmented off by pillars, and on the floor it seemed to be like a richer, thicker mud, perhaps some kind of stable. And finally, you make your way into the playing ground, and you feel completely exposed into the thousands and thousands of seats where would-be spectators would have sat and watched heroes and gladiators who fear not death, fear no beast, in their enormous and spectacular underwater displays. Whilst now that you have gotten a pretty basic tour of the place, do any of you want to make any specific rolls for more specific information?
Yeah. One moment. I'm looking at my available equipment. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Looking to see what I have on me that could actually give me a little bit more information. The first thing I do want to do is, are any of the casks open, or are they all completely like sealed and just covered up?
There's a few of them that seem to be more sealed than perhaps they would have been had you been there at the time of their use. These are the ones, the more complete casks are the ones that seem to have survived better and have thus sealed themselves more by growing more.
I was going to use my phaser to blast one open and see what was inside it.
You can still do that.
Yeah, I didn't know if one of them was open and if I could kind of like investigate, or if I needed to crack one open.
Yeah, okay. You want to bust one of those babies open?
Yeah, I'm going to, do I have to make any sort of roll on this?
No,
or can I just crack? Yep.
Listen, Link never misses a pot.
Yep. Good, very good point. I'm actually going to, you see the captain hold up a pole that's about yay big, like about maybe a foot long,
Billy Club.
and he presses a button on it and it extends out into a full halberd spear with a light blade on it.
Nice.
And he uses that at range to kind of prop open. He's like kind of crack open from a distance. Like, I don't know what the fuck's in here. He's gonna use this 10-foot pole.
Nice.
And crack open the cask there and do a little investigating.
Yeah. What spills out from the cask is a deep red liquid.
Either of you seen anything like that before?
Have I, Doc? Have I, DM?
It visually in the water looks a lot like blood, besides the fact that it is very thick and sinks to the bottom of the water.
Is this fermented blood? Is this blood wine? Is this Sharkman blood wine?
I don't know about blood, but it definitely is wine.
Okay.
It's a deep red wine that has been aging for a fucking hell of a long time.
Well, that doesn't do me any good. Why don't we take a sample of this back to the ship and we can analyze it there?
Okay, I'll get samples.
Definitely getting a sample.
Alright, you guys can add shark blood hoo-ha-ha to your inventory.
Sure. Yeah, put it right in my treasure inventory.
The wine. Thick wine. It doesn't create a puddle, but rather an oblong, like gelatinous donut like a...
So it's like
Have you ever seen
more
water
of,
in space?
it's more fortified wine than it is wine.
Thick.
It's more in line with like
Coagulated.
port.
Yeah, it's like a large. It would be like a large, like it acts like a weaker mercury. It doesn't form like perfect circles, but like more like red blood cell shapes when poured onto the ground. More wide and flat, but not like flat like water does out here here on Earth.
Right,
So yeah,
That
you guys
might
have
be worth
discovered
trying.
wine. Thick wine. It's got the consistency of cough syrup.
Gross.
So,
This
fun
wine
fact
is
for those who
chewy.
don't know, that's actually how wine used to be.
Cool.
Like in ancient Greece and whatnot, they would
Yeah,
have it
chewy.
fortified. Like again, it was a fortified like mash, and then you would add water to it to taste for alcohol level.
Concentrate. I
Yeah,
concentrate on
concentrate.
wine all the time.
Unfortunately, I'm allergic to grapes, so I can't.
No.
Womp womp. The only wine I like is technically it's mead. So,
I have this instead.
Nice.
blueberry.
All right. So
That
that's
sounds good.
that's Captain Phillips' little bit of discovery. Anyone else want to make a roll to find something new?
Yes, I want to see if anything has like made this its nest recently.
Okay. You can see in the stable area there is a large fish. Simply enormous. And it paces back and forth nervously as you enter the room. And it's just beyond it. You can see a clutch of olive green eggs that look like peeled grapes. It's got a large, bony beak and bulbous eyes, and have red and orange stripes. And this has made, and it has made the stable area. It's made its nest.
Okay, everybody, let's just avoid that area specifically.
Can I do a check to see if it is like aggressive to our approach?
Sure. Go ahead and give me an animal handling check.
Where does animal handling fall under? Nature?
Wisdom.
I could also
wisdom.
do one of those.
Go for it.
I got a +3.
I have a +2, so
Oh, that's 19
I'm also
on the die plus
I'm also
6.
a robot. I rolled an 8, so robot doesn't work.
Well,
Well,
luckily you
that's
have
25.
luckily you have a xenozoologist with you, who can recognize a brooding mother. Who can recognize a brooding mother when she sees one.
Yeah, no, like we're okay as long as we just stay away from them. They might be territorial.
Yeah, it might
Good
be.
idea.
Might be.
Is there anything? Can we do like a perception of the stable to see if there's anything other than this fish that would be worth investigating? That this fish is preventing us from looking at.
I'll give you. You can give me an investigation check if you want to find everything else, anything but the fish, because the fish was discovered on Moss's roll. So I'll give you a roll in this stable place as well.
All good. Here's my +1. That is a 14.
On a 14, I will give you that there is a what appears to be a piece of jewelry on the ground, like a foot away from the entrance. It is a series of square blocks connected by rough what appears to be like wrought iron, like a wrought iron chain. So it's like piece of stone, wrought iron, piece of stone, wrought iron, piece of stone in a chain. And there seem to be triangular runes on each and every one of these stones.
Okay, so it's not one of the
The
gem
evil
items.
gems. Yeah, the
No,
gem monsters.
it's not one of those.
No.
It's not one of the
Okay.
crystal gems.
You said jewelry, and I was like, "That's suspicious."
That's
I know
weird.
PTSD.
But no, it's a stone. It's a square-shaped stone necklace. It's like a series of stones linked together by wrought iron or a wrought iron-like material. It's probably more like a piece of black coral shaped a specific way. But there are black triangular shark tooth runes on. You guys have tricked me. You make me describe things over and over again, and I give you more stuff every time.
Yes. We just let you keep going.
Stop! Do something with it. Play in my space.
So,
What?
question: how far away is it?
It's a foot away from you from the door. You haven't crossed the threshold, but a foot beyond the threshold is that cool-looking necklace.
Okay.
I would like to use the cantrip that I just took a few minutes ago, and that would be Mage Hand.
You whip out your data pad and do.
I was gonna try to use my halberd and just kind of like.
No, I'm just gonna Mage Hand that shit. I'm gonna go.
Mage
Yeah,
Hand.
I was
look
gonna
at-
make
I'm
this
gonna look at
way
either of
too
you and just be like-
complicated.
Either of you can either of you reach that?
Yeah, I got
I
it.
was gonna like disguise you with corals and kelp so that like you just kind of blend in and
I have
stay.
There's a
natural
simple
disadvantage to
solution to
stealth.
this problem, guys.
Mage hand.
Yeah, you whip out your phaser, you set it to tractor beam.
Yeah.
Yep, because each phaser is also a mini tractor if necessary. Like, why wasn't that a thing in Star Trek, by the way? Why wasn't every
Agreed.
phaser also have
Well,
a tractor
probably
function?
because tractor beams probably need more energy than a phaser can produce.
Anyway.
Probably, yeah.
Anyway,
Because
Energy.
those
in my
energy
better
cells are
in my
tiny.
better
That
Star
sounds,
Trek
that
universe.
sounds like coke for Star Trek is what I'm hearing.
That's what I'm hearing as well. Anyway, you set your phaser to tractor beam and you mage hand the. We jargoned the heck out of that sentence. And we mage hand the cool necklace beyond the threshold. The fish looks tense, but what else is new? Do you guys continue, or do you keep gawking at the necklace here in the threshold?
I'm
I
going
wanna-
to continue.
I want to leave it a peace offering and then I'll move out.
What kind of peace offering?
Yeah.
It's valid.
I tell the
I-
doctor to pocket that and move on. Sorry for interrupting.
But I just like collect some of the kelp that's nearby and lay it near the door.
Okay.
Yeah, now it doesn't have to leave its babies to eat because fish will starve themselves to protect their babies.
Yeah.
It will actually. A lot of species of octopuses, the reason why they don't live past breeding is because of the fact that they will just protect their babies over food.
Mm,
Spiders too.
spiders.
Mhm.
All right. Do you guys move to? Where do you move to next for this last round of investigating the Colosseum?
So
We've been to
saw
we've been to the
stables.
bar, the stables. We have yet to be in the main arena.
Yeah, why don't we check out the ground? Usually, like if this is anything like the Colosseum that existed back on Earth, there's space underneath that were effectively locker room. Go check out and see if we can find some. I mean, we are an exploring team, correct? Like this is what we're
Yes.
supposed to be doing. Why don't we grab some data before we head back to the ship? See if we can find something about the culture of the area that lived here.
I would love to. Let's go.
Cool. You descend a corridor. This culture doesn't have stairs. It just has sloping passageways. And so it is slick with algae and a little bit of a hard trek, but you take it slow, you take it safe, and you land in this pitch black, murky, under the ground zone. Do any of you have any kind of light?
I do. I have light.
Sick.
I have
Thanks.
Starry Wisp.
I do not, and I don't even know if I have dark vision as
So
a
both
robot.
of you glow in the dark?
Yeah.
Not technically. So I just kind
emit
of.
a little bit of light, actually.
So I have to launch a mode of light at one creature or object within range. So does it look like there's like a sconce nearby or something?
There are not. Well, yeah, there are sconces. They are very shark themed. They're like stone statues of sharks, that have their mouths open and presumably where some kind of light emitting thing would be placed.
I'm gonna use Starry Wisp on the sconce. Do I have to make an attack? Or will you? Okay.
I mean, come on. This is an exploration.
I mean, look.
This isn't combat. You're not any under pressure. Just there might be a jump scare. You never know. And
Captain's gonna offer to carry that for you because he knows that you two are smarter than he is, and it's like, at least I can hold things.
The room becomes illuminated not only by Kira's natural light, but by the moats placed gingerly within the mouth of the shark sconce. Enormous, not enormous. It's kind of cramped, but it's very deep. It goes back a ways. At the very far end, you are greeted once again with the visage of the two-headed shark god. There are cubbies on either side of this room. What appear to what I've used to might have been benches in the past, but a particularly unsettling thing to see is that the ground is saturated with little red stones.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong from the reports that we got back from the last expedition that we pulled, or the last group of survivors we pulled in. Those ain't good, right?
No,
Nope.
they're not.
No, we're not supposed to touch those.
Don't touch those. I don't want to have to do emergency surgery on someone today. Please, that's not my area of expertise.
Doc, out of curiosity, Doc, can you see if you can pick one up with the tractor beam and just hold it in space?
Yeah, I can try.
Yeah.
Let me use the mage hand for that.
Yeah. A small, smooth, glittering in the light, red stone, about the size of this eraser, is suspended between the three of you. There is a singular ridge that goes around its circumference.
Do we have, like, a specimen jar sort of thing that's, like, not...
I mean, Moss's creature already has a bag of these things.
Yeah.
Can I check and see if this is, I guess, inert?
You want to touch it?
I mean, from what we know, it attacked organic life, right?
Yeah.
And I'm putting it out there that this room makes Captain Phillips, like, immeasurably sad. Like, there is, like, a sense of, like, melancholy walking in here and seeing all the stones, and he can't quite place it, and he's just chalking it up to this is a coliseum, and that this seems like maybe a graveyard. So he's wondering if this thing is actually alive, or if this was something that was, like, disposed of. And I don't know, if it's not organic, or if it goes for organic life, I'm not organic anymore.
Like you sure you don't have any organic components?
Might I suggest lending a hand, and by that I mean, like, literally taking, because presumably you could be able to take your hand off, right?
I'm in like a replicant body, so, like, can I disassemble portions of myself? Technically, I'm not at the level yet to have my ability, but can I have, like, the precursors of my ability?
I'm gonna, you know what? Let's give you, let's make it a roll.
Okay.
Let's make it a Constitution check. The DC is gonna be, let's put it at 17 to.
Okay.
To come over the mental blockage of, like, knowingly and
Giving this
manually
man a hand.
removing your own body part.
Yeah, you cut out for a sec. So knowingly and willingly.
Removing your own body part.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the doc for a second. Who's just like, can't you do that? It's like, let's find out. And that's
you're
a 16 on the die, by the way.
You're nice. What's your con?
That's +3. I'm a fighter. Of course, you got good con. So that's a 19.
It's a 19. It's
I guess let's find out. And you just kind of crack, and you're like, ah!
It pinches like hell.
Whew.
You cannot. Not only can you feel. Not only can you feel where the hand disconnected from the arm, but where from the arm disconnected from the hand. Your brain is is aware of two different points of no longer being attached. You're still, if for all intents and purposes, Bluetooth connected to your phone, to your hand.
This does actually work with what type of fighter the captain currently is. So, like, this is a precursor to his ability in the future. So I was like, well, let's find out. Hey, Doc, set that down on the ground. I'm going to have you mage hand my hand.
Okay, we're gonna have a session about this later.
Oh, I'm
Just so
sure.
you know. Definitely.
Nothing to talk
gingerly.
about. The Rorschach blot
Thanks.
looks like my dad. I don't know what you want from me.
Oh, that's yeah, all right. We got a lot more to talk about than I thought.
This is a joke. Lighten up, all right? And he's like, just grab the hand.
Already has the hand.
The
And
hand.
it's kind of like gingerly.
Mage hand has the robot hand.
Yeah. No, it's just a real hand.
Give this woman a hand.
Let's give him a hand. So Dr. Lily is controlling where the hand is in physical space, but Iron Phillips is still in control of the digits upon the hand.
The dexterity of said hand, yeah.
This is such a weird setup, but okay.
It is.
Well, how was I supposed to do it? It's like it's not gonna like turn into a thing and start crawling. I'd be like, that'd be even weirder.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Just take the halberd and start shoving it along the ground.
Why
Lily
couldn't
is
you have
like-
just held your own hand in your other hand instead of?
Because I don't want it to
using
I don't want it if it is something that
No,
like
I understand why.
consumes
Physically
why I wouldn't-
isolated in
Yeah.
space.
yeah, it's isolated. Yeah, which is why I was like, use the tractor beam to move my hand and see if the same thing happens to my hand that happened to Avery.
The
So
hands.
Lily, gingerly places it on.
And he's like, you see, like, if he had a heartbeat, it'd be racing.
The hand
the
slowly
servos are-
descends through the murky depths closer to the red gem now freshly placed into the muck. The thumb and index finger clasp around it,
It's a great idea. What could go wrong?
and the stone
Explodes.
every time, every single time. And the stone is lifted from the muck and appears to not have any reaction to the mechanical hand.
Okay.
That's all
I'm
right.
not
So
sure if that means that it has no reaction to robotics, or if that means that it just doesn't have a reaction because it's not attached to the rest of you.
well, it means that I can pick it up and investigate a little closer here, at least. He's gonna walk up to it and he's gonna put his hand back on. Whew! Ow! Believe it or not, that hurts way more than you think.
Still no
with a
reaction from the stone remains inert.
Okay. Can I do some sort of investigation on it now that I'm like,
Give me.
Lily is
Looking
like
at-
slowly
looking at it?
backing up this.
yeah, I'm gonna advise that I'm gonna take care. I'm gonna hold it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
then.
gonna touch that.
Go ahead and give me an
Then
Arcana
No
check.
complaints.
I have not great Arcana, but we'll see. Oh, that's a natural 20.
On a
Oh, yeah.
nat 20.
Fuck yeah.
On a nat 20.
Fuck yeah.
on a nat 20, I'll say that your optical sensors pick up on the resonant frequency of this stone and presumably the creature that resides within it. And you find that the base element at the core of your batteries and your main processors is the same element that is like the carbon base. So we'll just say that you have a new neo lithium nickel alloy battery.
I was gonna say, am I holding a discharged AA battery in my hand right now?
No. You're holding a creature who's, because we are carbon-based life forms, is like a new neo nickel lithium based life form.
Yeah, so it's just a different basis of life. So one of the common options that we say out there is possible and highly likely is a silica-based life form. We are carbon-based life form, and then there's. Have you seen Evolution, the movie?
No.
No.
I know the smiley face with the 3 eyes. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
They made a cartoon based on it.
I forgot about that, but yes. They made everything into a cartoon around those days.
They sure did. They took every chance to make
but the fact of the matter
children's
is,
toy line.
Those were another type of creature that were not carbon based. So just the basis of their genetic building blocks are not carbon. They're
on a nat 20.
This metallic.
You see that the base element of your batteries and circuitry is the same as the base element at the basis of the life form in your hands.
Huh. We're gonna have a talk with Griffin about this one. And hey Doc, these are like little battery monsters.
Batteries?
From what I'm picking up, this is the same material that the batteries that run. And he taps his shell and he's like, "They run this thing."
Can we smelt these down into material then?
And then he just kind of looks at it for a second. He's like, "Huh." And he
They're
bites
living
it.
beings, though.
I'm gonna bite it.
It doesn't crack. But your brain is like, ooh, cherry flavored.
Yeah. Oh, you get a little spark off of it. It's like, it's like a Sour Patch Kid. Eating a warhead. Huh. And he pops the whole thing in his robot mouth.
I don't suggest doing that, Captain. As a medical officer, I highly advise against this.
An exploratory mission.
You're in a whole
Do you even
room.
have a digestive system?
You're in a whole room of what are those?
Cough lozenges.
No. It's like a whole room of freaking hot tamales.
Oh hell yeah!
A whole room
Spicy.
of hot tamales, cherry hot tamales.
Jesus.
That's got a kick to it. Wow. Does anything happen to me for eating this thing?
That will be discussed later.
Okay.
Mainly because I didn't foresee this happening. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Anyone else want to do any last thing before I make us go back to the ship?
Lily's already slowly crawling up the slope, so she's already noping the fuck out.
I'm gonna grab a handful of these things.
I'm just completely
Captain, the rest of us are organic beings. Please keep that in mind.
It's like a bug. I don't know. It's fine. You never ate a cricket before?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Listen, it's an exploratory.
All right.
Before we leave, let's get a scan of the
for-
scan of the two-headed shark thing that attacked us.
Yeah, okay, and also for scientific purposes, you need to try one of these, and I hand him one of the samples from the shark.
Oh, they're still red, right? Yeah, the red one.
Yeah.
Do you hand him the biggest one or one of the many smaller ones?
One of the many smaller ones.
Yeah.
Just for.
You hand it to me, and I'm like, okay, so these are the ones from previously that you had samples of that were
Yes.
the live ones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Do they taste the same?
Yes.
I'm gonna find out. Okay. Yeah, I take it. So yeah, I put it in my mouth. It's like, oh yeah, it's like a spicy, like a cinnamon.
I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, you have your freaking counselor in a panic attack.
Listen, it's fine. I'm fine.
Look,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
science is part of the
Fine,
process.
fine.
Everything's fine.
All right.
While we're here, it's like yeah, it's
Y'all
like
motherfuckers have me. I don't have
You're-
anyone right now.
You
We
ever
are
had
cut
like
off.
the fleet ever supply you guys with those fireball candies? It's kind of what it tastes like. It's like weird
Okay.
considering that I don't really have like full taste bud sensors in this thing, but it's giving cinnamon,
It's
but not
really
like
interesting.
cinnamon sugar, but like cinnamon hot, like spicy cinnamon. Anyway, let's get a scan of the shark creature. I want more information on the thing that tried to attack us. That, believe it or not, looks a lot like it. And you said there were like cubbies around here,
Yeah.
other than
but again, the whole floor is all still covered in these red stones.
yeah.
There are cubbies.
I don't want them touching them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna investigate where I can walk and they can't because the thing's
Go ahead and
not
give me an investigation check, and that will mainly determine what I decide to give you as a gift.
That is a 19. My investigation is a 1, so a dirty 20.
Awesome! All right. I'm going to say you get a helmet that is made
Okay.
of like a refined metal that seems to have withstood the test of time, so great craftsmanship. You get a shoulder pauldron that has 3 pronounced spikes about 3 inches long. And finally, you get what appears to be this culture's version of a sword, which has a long, wide blade, only one cutting edge that, at the very end, turns sharply into a hook. But it has a what's appear to be some kind of kelp leather wrapped handle and a single jutting spike that acts as a handguard. The closest, I think, real world or the closest like visual allegory I think I have for it, I think it was the weapon of the. They're not orcs. They're not goblins. What are they? They're
The Urukai,
Urukai. Yes.
the little like machete blade that they have that has like it's like a big flat blade with a spike at the end.
That spike is a hook instead.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Interesting. I'm gonna bring
That
these
three-piece
back
set,
out.
yeah.
I'm gonna bring these back out, and I'm going to like piecemeal them out so that it's guaranteed that if something happens, at least one of the items comes back, so everybody gets to take a piece of equipment with them.
Yeah.
But it's going to be like something that we can bring back and study on the ship.
Who has
And
what?
I am going to also take a pocket and grab a handful of these inert gems. On
More
the ground.
rocks. More
Yeah, more
shiny
rocks.
stones.
Little gems.
Little
I
babies.
feel
Well,
so
well,
horrible for Lily
well-
right now.
Little snack for later, Doc. Huh?
All right.
He comes out with this like I want to say shark. There's a pun somewhere between Urukai and shark. It's like Sharukai. I don't know. I'm getting there. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
But he comes out with the blade and he's like spinning it because he's like proficient with weaponry and stuff. And he's just kind of like doing some test swings. Weighted weird. The hook makes it weighted weird.
It's weighted
You're
weird, but
underwater, Captain.
with proper grip, it does like fly through the water.
Yeah, it's like as you swing it, it feels like it's weighted towards the head of it. So like the point of balance is further up, making it feel like it's more of like a cutting weapon than a stabbing weapon. So like as you're kind of like swinging it around, it feels like it wants to cut.
It wants to keep going.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
a
Wants to
sharp
keep moving.
fin.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do another wipe onto the into the teleporter room of the DFS Faustina. Yeah. There's still you can see sleeping on the other side of the glass in his office is Dr. Crane. And
He's got the data pad on his face like it's a book, and he's just kind of like passed out. Just
Yeah. I'm gonna say that we've successfully brought the ship's speed die up to a D12. That's fabulous. We love to see it. I need to make sure I have this going on. There we go, D12. Yeah. Because Milo and Griffin have been working on both of the tractor beams. Their damage rating has dropped to 1 star, and so if you wanted to use a melee attack with your tractor beam, it would be with disadvantage, but you could do it now. Shield is still at D4, but we're at pretty good power. So if we wanted to, we could always. In lieu of using weapons or doing high dexterity moves, we could instead pump double power into the shields, and so instead of having like a complete hull that gives us our damage rating, our shield die of D12, it would be more of the energy fields created by the shield generators that would get us to that D12 dice rating. All that said, the Faustina is looking better, but she's still not at her best. As the ship begins to depart towards that next closest ping for survivors.
Was there no other points of interest in this area? Because I know you said like was the Coliseum in the south.
The Coliseum,
as like the point of interest.
The Coliseum was in the north. The newer looking buildings were to the south. And
okay.
the ping for the next closest survivors was also to the north.
Okay, if we were to move south, we're actually moving further away from the next closest survivors.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to leave it up to... Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead. I was going to leave it up to you guys to kind of determine what you find to be more important, whether we continue working on the ship and finding out whether or not we should go investigate the southern area a little bit more, or if we should move while we can and try to collect more survivors.
I think move while we can and collect more survivors. But while this is being decided, Shifra has snuck off to the mess and has brought Dr. Crane a packaged sandwich sort of thing. Something that'll stay okay for a
plastic
while.
tote with a ham sandwich.
Replicator, can I get a 7-Eleven sandwich, please?
Pretty much. It's something that will stay okay for a decent amount of time on the pretty much just like a PBJ.
I was gonna joke and say tuna fish, but that won't keep in a room.
No, it won't.
He also wouldn't eat it because it's
but yeah, peanut butter jelly sandwich sort of thing, something that would stay good on a countertop for a while, with an apple and maybe an apple juice or something.
Yeah. Some quick calories.
Juice box. Yeah.
All right.
Something for when he wakes up.
Dr. Lily, transit is a great time for psych evaluations, so who would you like to see first?
Oh, Captain!
All right, Avery, give me a pilot check.
Okay.
The captain's in therapy.
The current piloting die is at a D6. You add your dexterity. You have to beat a 7 to not just crash.
Oh, that's 6 plus 3, so a 9.
Excellent. You take not the captain's chair, but a chair on the bridge while we have while Dr. Lily and Captain Aaron Phillips adjourn to Dr. Lily's office, where she has placed the little stone figurine of the Ray, along with the helmet, on her desk, and the psych evaluation begins.
So, Captain,
Hey, Doc.
you've just been through a lot. How are you adjusting?
It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine.
Captain, you know I'm the only person you can actually talk to about this shit. Don't fucking lie to me. You know I'm the only person that can override your shit, right? If I have to, I will take you off the roster.
Can I tell you a joke? You seem like the type that doesn't appreciate jokes. But can I tell you a joke?
Go for it, Captain.
So the ego and the super ego walk into a bar, right? And the bartender says, "I'm going to need to see some ID."
God damn it. Fucking hell.
Oh, you do have a sense of humor. All right, now we can.
Yes, I do.
Now we can have a
Look,
conversation.
just because the vast majority of the time I have to come at you and remind you that you need to slow the fuck down doesn't mean I don't have a sense of humor, Captain.
Hey, listen, we are not in a position where we can slow down, right?
No.
Where there's a lot of people missing, and I do not have the opportunity nor the rank to slow down.
Captain, you died.
I mean,
we're put in a new body.
I think we have to have a conversation with Griffin about whether or not this is actually considered a death.
Captain, it is most certainly considered a death, and you now have to parse through getting used to a new body. Have you ever heard of phantom limb syndrome?
Weirdly, I experienced it today when we were out in the Coliseum, if believe it or not. That was a little strange.
Essentially, part of my concern with you being moved to a blank is an uncanny valley version of phantom limb syndrome. Now, I can't really do anything about the phantom limb syndrome itself other than help you work through it in those moments. But it is something to be aware of. You're going to need to adjust to this situation, sir. And so I'm not telling you to stop.
You got any coffee in here?
Yes, I do.
I'm
Milo didn't burn this one.
You know, the only thing that Dave can do is make really good eggs.
He makes amazing eggs. Amazing eggs.
Hey, Doc. Was there anything in the logs about him? Any records of anybody seeing a boy?
What kind of boy?
I want to say red.
Hey, GM. Are there records of a red boy?
I mean, Grix is kind of young.
You talk about Griggs?
Is that his name? The one that I guess is, yeah. Anybody make any reports about him?
The last entry from Grix is the one about the holodeck, and whether or not he can delete a program from there. Outside of canon, I've edited it today, saying that he wants to take out that medical drama program so that he can watch more great Giffish baking show. But that star date is stamped for pre-crash.
Last I saw is a log prior to the crash in the holodeck about him wanting to make space in the programs, which I needed to talk to him about because that's my program.
I think I need to talk to him. Can we,
Hold on. Let me pause for a contested roll. I need... you, James, can decide whether you want to roll to deceive your true thoughts or to be open about your true thoughts. So either deception or persuasion. And I would like Lissa to roll insight to see. Lissa, you tell James what you roll. James, DM me the stat you roll, and then tell Lissa the number that you came up with.
Okay. So I am picking this. I am picking this secretly. Then
You only tell me whether you're picking persuasion or deception. Then tell the voice call what you rolled. Lissa, do you roll insight?
That is a 22.
A 22.
Because I have a +6 to my insight, and that's a 16 on the die.
All right.
I rolled an 8.
Captain Phillips, he brought up Grex kind of out of the blue, and he didn't use Grix's name. That could be for one of many reasons. Perhaps Phillips is just not the best captain and doesn't know every member of his crew.
I'm not good with names.
Not great with names. You do find it a little suspect, just kind of how out of the blue Grix's name came up. You do find it a little odd. As far as you know, Grix, Dr. Lily, as far as you know, Grix is still out in the world. Like, as far as you know, that he made it onto an escape pod and is out there somewhere. Because your evidence is the last log is pre-crash, and you haven't seen him since.
What kind of relationship you got with Grix, Captain?
I shoved him in a bathroom.
We're gonna take a second to unpack that in a moment. Did you get him out of the bathroom?
So I'm going to go ahead and say no, which is...
Captain.
Well,
I mean,
in
at
all,
least he's
in all
got fresh
fairness,
water in there, but still.
in all fairness, I threw Trish in there too, and I did get her out. But Grix wasn't conscious when I did it. So, have you heard the joke about gaslighting?
All the joke about gaslighting, Captain.
You've definitely heard it. Anyway, Trish never reported pulling? Said it was Grix, right? Grix. She never reported.
You can calm with Trish because she's on the ship. You can just calm her right now and ask if you'd like to.
Hey, why don't you? This is your session. Why don't you do me a favor and ask Trish if she's seen Grix?
Lily clicks the comm. Hey, Trish.
Hey, Doc. How you doing?
Doing all right. Has anyone had eyes on Grix since we crashed?
Grix. You like hear she's like curses because she gets zapped by something. Fuck. Ah, shit. Grix.
You all right?
Let's see. Well, he's just nanotubing in the leg. It's just a little bit of a bitch, but I got it. Grix. I haven't seen Grix since we crashed. Since the crash, I sent him up to talk to the captain. That's the last I saw him.
Fuck. All right. Grix is MIA then.
All right. So that's a problem.
Is there any particular reason why you asked about him, Captain? Other than shoving him into a bathroom and feeling some sort of way about that?
It does sound like another joke, but it feels like a gut feeling.
In what way?
You know what? We'll move on from there. I'll look into it on my own. It's fine. It's not something that a counselor needs to worry themselves about. This is kind of captain business.
Time out. Same rules apply. Another roll. DM me what you roll and then what stat you're using. Lissa, same thing. Roll insight.
Insight.
What do we got?
Hey, nat 20.
Nat 20.
I had a 21. I had 19.
You had a nat 21.
I
Okay.
had a 19 plus 2.
19 plus 2.
Oh, my total is 26.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was like, damn, I thought I had that one.
Okay. On a nat 20, Lissa, there's something he's not telling you, but you trust the cap. You've been with the captain a while. If there's something the captain doesn't want you to know, it's probably, at least for the short term, best to let him keep his secrets.
All right, Captain. I trust that you know what you're doing on this one, but, I'm here. You need to talk. And sometimes I'll force you to talk if I have to.
All right. I appreciate it. I got one more for you. So, a guy walks into a therapist's office covered in saran wrap. Therapist takes one look at him and says, well, I can clearly see your nuts. And he walks out the room.
Leaving on a joke. Oh, just like Mr. Incredible, Captain Iron Phillips leaving on a joke. Wisecracking robot. You go. Where are you heading? Where are you heading, Captain Phillips?
I'm going for the bathroom that I threw grits
You're going
into.
to the executive fresher. So you enter the bridge. There's Avery playing Galaga. He's not supposed to be doing that.
Avery, turn that off.
Sorry, sir.
Get back to work. Isn't it your turn for therapy?
He's
Get the
flying
hell
the
outta
ship
here.
currently. Yeah. Yeah, he's
Is
flying
it
the ship.
Avery's turn?
How did you get Galaga on here?
It's my turn for therapy.
Avery, you arrive in Dr. Lily's office as Captain Phillips. How do you play this as Avery leaves?
I'm gonna go over and like get out of here, and I'm gonna take over the flight. And as soon as the door closes, I'm gonna set effectively like an autopilot on, or leave a robot hand.
How do you think
to
that
fly the
Avery
ship.
was playing Galaga?
One hand's piloting the ship, the other's playing Galaga.
It's the epitome of multitasking, this robot body.
Hell yeah, dog. Avery, you make it to Dr. Lily's office. And it's very nice. Dr. Lily, what does your office look like? What kind of knickknacks and tchotchkes that I haven't described do you have?
So there is definitely like the equivalent of like a Keurig in there. So like single-use coffee maker, just because again the coffee in the mess is burnt half the time. Right. So in order so that people have like a nice comforting thing, they're able to have a nice hot drink. So there's coffees, there's teas, couple little small snack things like the equivalent of like Twinkies and whatnot. Maybe not exactly Twinkies, but like small little snack cakes.
Branding aside, there are snacks.
Yeah, snack cakes, fruit snacks, things like that. Small little snacks to the side. There's some actual books. Like obviously we've got like data pads and stuff, but Lily actually has some books on a bookshelf. Some of them are obviously kind of like scattered on the floor because she hasn't really had much of a chance to like get everything cleaned up after the crash.
Right.
But there's obviously like textbook sort of things, but there's also just like some comfort reading sort of items. So not that this ship has generational things, but from previous assignments, Lily does have like a couple picture books in there. There's
she likes to scrapbook. The
yeah,
ancient
like
art of scrapbook.
Yeah. So there's a handful of things in there that would be like comfort items. There's also like fidgets in a basket. There's like a weighted blanket, also kind of like tucked away in a corner. There's mood lighting. So like
Avery, this place kicks ass.
Yes, it does.
As you take a seat, you sit across from Dr. Lily, sorry, and the psychoval begins.
Avery.
Hey, Doc.
Darlin, I need you to explain why you thought it was a wise idea to pick something up like that. You know this protocol for a reason.
It looked like a gemstone. Would you have expected a gemstone to sprout tentacles and eat your arm?
Honey. We are explorers. There are protocols for a reason. Have we learned something this time?
Yeah.
When we find the rest of the medical team, we will get you fitted with a prosthetic. How is the stump healing right now?
It's fine.
Stings like a bitch.
Okay. Now,
Hardly feel it.
that aside, how are you coping with having lost your hand, given that you are a pilot?
We're gonna do another roll. Moss, DM me what stat you're rolling, and then tell me what you get. And then Lisa, roll insight.
Rick. $23.
A 23.
It's like I built this character to be a therapist or something.
Well, and what did you get, Moss?
13.
A 13. Continue. Now that I know that.
Okay. I can multitask less now, but it's fine.
It's not fine.
It's not fine.
It was, in fact, not fine.
There's it's safe to say that Avery and Moss, you can tell me I'm wrong if I am, but you're definitely putting on a brave face.
Yeah, absolutely. He's playing it off like, oh, it's no big deal, I'm just gonna get a prosthetic, but inside he's freaking out.
Ensign Rictus?
Yeah?
I know, you're lying to me.
You can't do anything
Your body
about me
language.
lying.
Your body language says a hell of a lot more than your mouth, hon. Tell me how you really feel, please. I know it's hard.
It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm gonna get a prosthetic, everything will be fine. It'll be better than the old one.
Honey. You lost an arm. That is not an easy thing, especially when you are a pilot like you are. Yes, it will be a replacement, and it will be damn good, because our techs are amazing. But it's not the same.
I'm gonna say
It
on
is an
your
adjustment period.
I'm gonna say you rolled like you rolled above 20 again, right?
Yeah, I rolled a 23.
It's not the arm, losing the arm, and again, feel free to tell me I'm full of shit, but it's not losing the arm that is really at the center of this pain. It's what not having both arms represents in relation to another crewmate.
Oh.
Tell me how you feel, outside of narrative, tell me how you feel about Nurse Juno Fizz.
Like his true feelings, or like how he's feeling about losing his arm?
This is above. We've panned up and we're in your memories. Tell me how you feel about Nurse Juno Fizz.
He thinks she's super cool and amazing and great at her job, and also really cute, which is a bonus.
Tell me about the first time that you noticed Miss Fizz.
I feel like he got into some stupid scrape and he needed to report to get a clear for duty or something stupid like that. And it was just protocol, and he found out that he liked being in the nurse's office because of the nurse.
Name something surface level, and then something just beneath the surface that jumped out at you unexpectedly while Nurse Juno was giving you the once-over. Surface level being something you can see, and then underneath the surface being something specific, the way that she was very professional, or something that she did that alluded to something about her personality that you found alluring.
Yeah, she has really intense eyes. She's really focused whenever she works, and it's like she's seeing through your skin into what's wrong.
There's a comfort in a sort of steely expertise and dedication to the job, especially in the medical field. There's a comfort in seeing someone who is confident in their ability to save lives. And this is a very routine thing. She, clears knuckleheads for duty all the time, all day, every day. And so her efficiency really, it's hot. As we come back to therapy, Lissa, you don't get the specifics of it all, but on that 23, you sense, again, that it's not the arm itself, but what the arm might represent to another crewmate that really might be making Avery upset.
So, who are they?
Who's what?
The person you're clearly pining after?
Sorry, what'd you say?
The person you're clearly pining after.
Yeah, the perfect embodiment of a teenage boy right now.
The Michelangelo of it all is very nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Second time I've referenced Michelangelo and Avery in the same sentence.
Yeah, I'm also going for what's his name from Treasure Planet?
Jim Hawkins?
Yes, that.
I have that Funko Pop.
Very good.
Dr. Lily, how badly do you want to know who it is?
Lily's not going to pry if they don't want to talk about who it is in particular. Now, hon, you don't have to tell me who it is if you don't want to, but given how our crew is, I don't think that they'll think any lesser of you for having to have a prosthetic. They might want to smack you upside the head for how you managed it.
Yeah, she's never really chastised me about getting hurt before. I'm worrying about nothing. It's fine. It's nothing.
Have you told her how you feel?
Tell anybody how I feel.
Say the first part of that? I didn't hear it.
Neither did I.
I don't tell I don't tell anybody how I feel.
Well, how about this? Your task, when we find them, if they're not already here, is to confess your feelings. You don't have to, like, go in depth. Start small. Bring her a cup of coffee.
As you speak, we see the sandwich left for Dr. Crane with a little note folded in half, and on the upside, we see a little scribbled heart. Continue.
Crane,
I just want to put a little image in there.
Avery's just gonna. She doesn't like plain coffee. She likes caramel in it.
Okay, so bring her something with caramel.
It sounds nice.
Like I say, you don't have to do anything big at first. Just let her know you're thinking about her.
You know,
But
I'll
you
definitely.
continue.
Yeah, I'll definitely get her something. Is that all you wanted to talk about?
For now. But when you get the prosthetic, I want you to come back. In the meantime, every few days I need you to come and check in with me. You don't have to have a full session. It can just be like a small 5-minute talk. Just making sure that you're okay. All right?
Yeah, I get it.
We pan up from the session back to the bridge as Captain Iron Phillips opens the executive fresher door. It doesn't open as smoothly as it might have in the past, and it's not because of the crash. And immediately,
Someone's got to fix that door.
and you enter, and in the stall where you had stashed Griggs remains.
How long has it been?
It's been pretty long.
Define pretty long.
It's been about, just based off star date alone, we're coming up on, I think, the 8 or 9 hour mark.
And he's still... I'm going to check him. I'm still unconscious?
Go and give me a medicine check.
Oh, boy. I knew I should have paid attention more in school. No, that's another 19. These dice are rolling hot tonight.
Another 19.
Yeah.
Medicine is +2, so 21.
Sick. He's dead.
I know I didn't kill him. Can I check and see? I'm not a doctor, but can I see what killed him?
On a 19, it looks like the back of his skull, underneath his black hair and down his neck, there is a significant amount of deep purple bruising. On a 19, it's pretty safe to assume that you could recognize an internal hemorrhage.
Well, that's not great.
We time skip a couple hours, and we finally we time skip another 45 Galaxy Standard minutes, and we arrive at the ping of the next closest survivors. 2 of the pings have gone dark since the first contact, since the first ping. 2 of those have gone dark, so it would appear that only 2 of the survivors survived this long. And Dr. Crane, I'm gonna say your nap is done, and you're able to triangulate with the tractor beam and get these 2 survivors on board, along with the comm badges of the 2 who unfortunately are no longer with us.
Dr. Crane is operating the machinery with a sandwich hanging out of his mouth. It's like...
What about a sandwich hanging out of his mouth?
Oh, we're beaming up 2 more survivors.
Yeah, beaming in 2 more survivors.
Is anyone else
is this considered having been a long rest for Dr. Crane?
It's been about an hour and a half. A little more. It's been about 2 hours, maybe 2 hours, 15 minutes. Is that usual? How long is a long rest usually?
Long rest is usually 8 hours.
So it's
that
gonna
would
be a
short
short
rest,
hour.
if anything.
Yeah, short rest.
Alrighty.
You're groggy, but you can manage.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a hit die to get myself back up to full health, but that means that my spell slots have... Actually, Arcane Recovery. I can regain half my wizard level, which is 3. So I can gain... I think it's rounded up, right?
Round down.
Round down for spell slots?
For this campaign, round down, yeah.
Okay, so I can regain a spell slot, which means I can regain a first level spell slot.
Yeah. Operating the teleporter beyond it being damaged by ship combat is not going to require a spell slot.
Yep, I'm just like I'm trying to get the noted recovery of Dr. Crane at this point. He's like oh, it's strawberry. It's quite delicious. He's pulling
That actually
in.
is what I would have picked.
Strawberry's my favorite, which is why I picked it.
Hell yeah.
I'm, as I said, allergic to grapes, so strawberry's like my go-to.
Yeah. And chunky peanut butter. That's the other option. Like a nice crunch.
The entirety of the crew would have been alerted to the fact that we're beaming up more survivors, and Trish McKinley is here. She's in the teleporter room, excited to see who comes up. Is anyone else here for it?
Shifra
Shifra's there.
comes in because, security officer.
Security officer.
Dr. Crane's there.
Dr. Crane is there. I mean, yeah, because he works there. He's behind the glass operating the machine.
When Shifra comes in, she doesn't notice Crane at first, and is like staring intently at where people are supposed to be coming in, and then hears him make a noise, turns, sees the sandwich hanging, and you see her kind of just blush for a second and just go back to look at it. It's like, I'm not paying attention. I didn't see it.
So happy. All right. The teleporter gets energized. Particles swirl in from the ether and coagulate into 2 figures. One is Nurse Juno Fizz, and the second is I should have added them, but I didn't want to spoil anything. Dang it. All right. I need to add an image. My library. Upload. Here we go. Browse files. So fast. I'm so fast at using my own computer. I am the fastest hack man. All right. One of which is Nurse Juno Fizz, and the second person that forms. Can I drop you in, please? Thank you. No, what the hell? Am I in the right layer? There we go. The next. Wow, he's way too big. And the other crew member that gets beamed in.
Such a good "that's what she said" joke, and it's just not. 2025. Are they still funny?
Yes.
We're gonna go to the D&D zone.
At least when you've got another millennial in. I'd laugh at the joke, James. It's okay.
So big.
That's not the letter. Okay, so yeah, Nurse Juno Fizz and Security Officer Ensign Steve Poisson also arrives in the teleporter. Nurse Juno Fizz is a
Steve Poison.
Poisson.
I know.
Poisson is fish.
Yeah.
Nurse Juno Fizz is a drow. She's got silvery hair. And intense eyes. Steve Poisson is a truly enormous Triton. Bright orange, beefy, and on his back is a chainsaw.
They definitely called him Poison in college.
Did I spell that right? Is that why this joke's being made?
Oh no, it's just how Captain Phillips would read his name.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Steve Poison. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the two survivors of this escape pod. Steve solemnly presents the communicator badges of Ensign Tanto and Ensign Dasha to Shifra, and with a solemn salute makes his way out of the teleporter room. And Nurse Juno doesn't seem to know what to do with herself.
Shifra looks at Nurse Juno and goes, "Nurse Fizz, I need you to please get in the infirmary. Take your time to relax for a little bit, but I don't know if we're going to need you to do surgeries or anything. We came across a gem creature that is parasitic in nature, and I think we might have other people come across them."
Yeah, I've seen him.
Oh shit. Okay, go see Dr. Silvertongue, please.
She falls into your arms.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
It doesn't kill them. It takes them over. It doesn't kill.
Hey. She kind of just like hugs her and pats her on the head. She's like, "All right, hey, it's okay." And she kind of looks over at Dr. Crane and makes this face like, "Help me."
He's like, I don't know what to do. I'm not that kind of doctor. I don't know what to do.
And we're gonna pan up to the deep, wide, and blue as we end today's session. It's time for me to turn off this music as we go to That's the computer sounds. I forgot the computer sounds were going. It's time to go to the Patreon for another Patreon poll. This week's Patreon art one was Tell Milo I Hate Him. And here we have an extreme close-up of Dr. Crane, who has clearly seen some shit. James, I hope you see it and you enjoy it because it's for you. I know you saw the base pieces that I worked with because I was like, it begins, and I was so excited to draw that, and I hope my passion has been translated over accurately.
Tell Milo I hate him. he's such a little shit. I hate him so much.
Luckily, we didn't have to get much of Milo in this episode. He would have been, oh my god. Deep Space Episode 3. What do we want to call this? Deep Blue Feels.
Is this episode 4, though?
Oh, this is episode 4.
Yeah.
I am dumb. Deep Blue Feels.
Deep conversation.
Who has a Patreon art moment for me?
As is tradition, I go last.
This is true.
I've got a couple things in mind.
You only get one.
I know.
Well, we need to have the cherry gusher.
Tastes like cherries.
Tastes like cinnamon.
Tastes like cinnamon. Cinnamon cherry flavor. So we want to put that. You want that to be yours, Moss?
Yes.
Tastes like cherries.
You got to do the drawing where it's just like it's
just throwing it in your mouth, popping it in.
It's the floating hand held up by like the mage hand.
Tastes like
yes.
Tastes like cherry. Or he's using his hand to do. He's one hand holding the other hand to put it into his mouth.
Okay, so we have tastes like cherry. Is that gonna be that's the hand in the hand one?
It's Dr. or it's Captain Phillips eating the gemstone.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Option numero dos.
Shifra sneaking in and putting down the little snack pack.
Shifra secret sandwich.
with Dr. Crane with a data pad over his face, just passed out. The world's smallest blanket over his lap, like an old man.
Just for fun.
Secret. How do you spell your name again?
Siofra.
Yeah, that is a weird name. Weird way to spell that. Jeez.
No
wonder I got it wrong so many times.
Gaelic, man.
Welcome to Gaelic.
Yeah.
What you got for me, James?
I was gonna have the little love letter on the sandwich for Dr. Crane, but that's close enough. I'm gonna have dad jokes loading.
Dad jokes loading.
Robot voice. Yeah, it's just like in therapy, sitting in the therapy chair, just with like an on-screen data pad of like projecting from his eye of just like dad jokes on his HUD.
No, it's just we see Nurse Lily across the way, but we're seeing your heads up, your UI, and it's just dad jokes.
It's just dad joke after dad joke after dad joke.
Hell yeah, dog. Let's go ahead and set the end date for Monday the 5th. What? Oh, today's the 24th. Okay, so Monday the 28th. There we go. Right. And public and publish. And so if you want to see any of those moments, go to our Patreon, TCLTTRPG at patreon.com. That's patreon.com/TCLTTRPG. We do consider signing up at the $5 level to become a Cosmic Library card holder. You get bonus content like the Cosmic Book Club, which is a show about TTRPGs, the love of, and how to marry the two in glorious TTRPGs. along with, other nerdy conversations that we have in the spirit of it all. The first episode of Decompression Chamber is going to be recorded as soon as we're done here. So keep an eye out for that as well. If you sign up at the $5 level, it's going to be the immediate talk back. It's going to be like 15, 20 minutes tops. Easy peasy. And we're also have a merch store, Goon stickers and stuff merch, where the merch for this, the current 2 seasons are still coming, just not as fast as I would have hoped they would. Just time and motivation have just not been on my side, but I will get cracking on it, I swear to God. You can also get cool stuff like the Chop Shop characters in sticker form, the Cosmic Library logo, or a t-shirt if you want to have a t-shirt or a sticker that says "No ethical dating under vampirism." I think that's really funny and you should wear it and it'll be great. Thank you guys so much for watching. I, of course, have been your Galaxy Man, Goon the Unending host and game master for tonight's episode. Joining me as the rock, the solid rock on which our emotional well-being stands, and the strong force of badassery that is Dr. Lily and Shifra, played by GamerGirlllisa. Playing one-armed Galaga playing pilot lizard, one-armed Galaga playing pilot lizard, one-armed Galaga playing pilot lizard. It's Avery, played by Moss Creature.
Yeah, sad boy hours.
Sad boy hours. And playing the Sleepy Doctor and the Iron Man, we have videojames.
So, how many social workers does it take to change a light bulb?
Oh.
It's one, but the light bulb has to want to change.
Thank you guys so much for watching Deep Space. I hope you all got wet.
They're apparently like a Don Bluth fan.
No, so our directors, Christina Long, Scott Morse, and Lynn Naylor.
Yeah, I realized that.
Star Trek?
No, we're talking about
Don Bluth.
Xena and Hercules.
Don Bluth. And to Disney, the famous one-sided rivalry.
Yeah. Which, he's pretty active on Twitter now, too. It's actually interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, he really wants to get back into filmmaking.
Cool. Anyway,